card game where knowledge is king and Lady Luck is queen.
Live from the 8-Bit Studio in Brisbane, Australia, it's the internet's most exciting half hour of video game trivia. Welcome to the Hungry Game Show. And now, your humble host, Brandon White.
Thank you for that fantastic introduction, Chuck Fresh, and good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Hungry Game Show, a podcast testing some of the best and brightest minds from within the video game community about their favorite game. And on this 5th episode of the Hungry Game Show, our battle we focus on Naughty Dog's 2013 post-apocalyptic stealth action hit. We're talking about The Last of Us Part 1, I guess you could say. And today's competitor needs little introduction. He's an acclaimed author, host of Putting in Work and Comedy Rewind, a fantastic dad, and an even better bloody mate. Find him at Jono himself. Mr. Jono Peck, welcome to the Hungry Game Show. How you doing?
It's great to be here, Brendan. Thank you for that introduction. And yeah, I'm ready to get right into The Last of Us. I feel like it's the most research I've done or studying I've done since university days. So give me a bachelor in cordyceps fungal infections by the end of this.
Depending on how you fare with the final score, maybe we can make a little little fake plaque to put on the wall. That
I mean,
graduated.
I don't want to get too far ahead of myself, but I am hoping to platinum this game show.
Oh, mate, that is phenomenal. You have platinum the Last of Us Part 1, haven't you?
No, I never did. So the first game's trophy list is really crap, and you have to play through the game like 4 times to get it. And I did do that, but I never played it with a guide, so I missed a lot of the stuff. But Part 2, the platinum for me is only probably a day away. So
that's insane.
Yeah, that's a story for another podcast that's coming soon.
100%. Sure. Yeah, season 2 might be. You might be battling The Last of Us Part 2 for the next season. But yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing how you fare with this, because we have been talking back and forth about this one for a while, and you've had your heads in the books and in the internet trying to get all the facts and trivia and any anecdotes tied to this game. So
it's fun trying to get
excited.
inside your head as well, Brendan. Like, what kind of question would he ask me?
It's not a good place to be. No. So I'm sorry for depending on how deep you went in there, because there's some things that would scare the Grim Reaper. But yeah, we've got a mixture of multiple choice questions as well as a rapid fire round. And to guide you on this journey, you do have 2 lifelines available. So the first lifeline is called Phone My Friend. Obviously, this could vary in quality because I'm going to be calling a random person from within my contacts list. You may or may not know them. They may not know the game, but they can offer you support and assistance. That support and assistance obviously may vary. And then you've got a 50-50. So we're going to cut down the potential right question variation from out of 4 to out of 2. So it's going to bump it up to a 50% chance. And the way the scoring works is the multiple choice questions, you get 2 points for a correct answer. If you get the correct answer based off using one of those lifelines, it goes down to 1. But with the rapid fire, it's 1 point per correct answer. And if you use a lifeline there, you still get the maximum 1 point. But 50-50 is kind of null and void in the rapid fire. You could use it, but I don't really know what I can do with that. No one's requested it in that space, but we could try it. You know, we're here to have fun. But yeah, man, you excited? You're ready to jump in and tackle these multiple choice questions?
I really am, and I just really hope that Salim and Ali aren't the phone a friend, because they've long been slandering the masterpiece that is The Last of Us. So part of me choosing this game is to preach the good word of Naughty Dog on a Hungry Gamers podcast.
100%. Yeah, we need some more positive influence. Like, it's been tough. I've been the only one flying the flag for this franchise, and yeah, obviously we had to remove Dream from the Hungry Gamers. Probably a little to do with the fact that he was poo-pooing on this gem of a game. Miss Hart, she's still hanging in there barely, because she has been talking a little bit more nicely towards The Last of Us Part 2 while viewing Twitch streams and seeing it. So she's hanging in there. But yeah, let's see who might be called up as the Phone My Friend lifeline should you enact it. As I said, you don't have to use them, but you've got those 2 lifelines to use along the way. But let's get into question number 1. After completing the prologue, how many years in the game have passed? A, 7. B, 10. C, 20. Or D, 25?
Brendan, I will lock in C, 20.
You'll lock in C20. Let me just consult with the adjudicators here.
Flawless victory.
You are off to a cracking start. 1 out of 1, 100%. You
No
are well
hesitation.
on your way to taking the title. So I guess a quick recap before we go into question number 2. We've had 4 competitors so far. Salim the Dream Abraham finished up with a score of 21 out of 40. And then we've got a 2-way tie for second place with Jack Cruz and Miss Ali Hart on 30 out of 40. And the current leader, Mr. Subpar Lover, leading with 30.5 out of 40. So if you can finish above 30.5 today, you are going to vault yourself to the top of the pops and be in the running for that juicy prize come the end of season 1.
Ooh, yeah, bring it on.
Yeah.
I like. Let's be honest. I just can't lose to Salim. That's like the first thing. But I would really like to beat Jack after, you know, he kind of said that he was glad I wasn't doing Metal Gear Solid when he was on here. And I kind of took that, you know, as MJ would say, that I took that personal, you know.
Yeah, you're gonna drop
I'm like,
drop
alright.
35 on him.
Yeah.
He did surprisingly well. I was very impressed with his knowledge on Snake Eater.
He did much better than I expected, especially since I don't think he's played the game for some time, Metal Gear Solid 3, but
No,
great
good
effort.
on him. So that all that just shows is there's hope for us all. Question number 2. What year is the game set in? A, 2023. C, 2033. B, 2033. B, 2028. Or D, 2038.
Well, the prologue of the game is 2013, like the present day. So plus 20 years, that takes us straight to 2033. And I'll lock
The
that
math
one in.
certainly checks out. Let's see if that lines up nicely. Well done, mate. Well done. The logic you put there, obviously you were 1 for 1 straight off the bat, and the 20 years. You remember that the game was originally set with that prologue in 2013. Fast forward 20 years, 2033. Quick maths, nailed it. 2 for 2. On to question 3. Early in development, Joel and Ellie were given surnames. All surnames were ultimately cut from the final version of the first game. What were their surnames during the early development cycle? A, Joel Williams and Ellie Miller. B, Joel Madden and Ellie McPherson. C, Joel Thomas Zimmerman and Ellie Hooper. Or D, Joel Miller and Ellie Williams.
Yeah, as much as Joel Madden is a great name, I'll look in D, Joel Miller and Ellie Williams.
You're going to lock in Joel Miller and Ellie Williams?
That is correct.
You are 100% correct. So, yeah, Joel Miller and Ellie Williams were their working names during that early development cycle. And there's a fun fact that their surnames still appear in the Japanese manual for the game. So, yeah, they still are immortalized out there. But for the rest of the regions, they were just Joel and Ellie.
Yeah.
Obviously, on the back of The Last of Us 2, we now get some Joel Miller recognition with that name being official. But, yeah, at the time of The Last of Us 1, Joel Miller and Ellie Williams were their working names. Let's move into question number 4. Which of these is not a material used for crafting in the game? A, binding. B, nails. C, alcohol. Or D, sugar. Binding, nails, alcohol, or sugar. Which is not a material used for crafting in the game?
Binding is a term that I'm not 100% on. I'm thinking it just means bandage and or like the rag. Phew. Sugar. Look, I'm gonna take the gamble here and let me think. Sugar would be used in explosives, but what else? Alright, I might have to go with a 50-50 on this one.
You're going to go with the 50-50?
And hope that it eliminates one of them.
Okay, so I'm going to run the numbers here and pop this 50-50 in. It has removed binding and alcohol.
Okay.
So nails and sugar still remain
Yeah.
after the 50-50.
I'll go with what my original instinct was and lock in sugar.
You're going to lock in sugar.
Yeah.
Okay, just consulting the adjudicators here. It was actually nails. They are
Serious?
not one of the materials. You do find
There's a
jars
nail
of nails,
bomb.
but it constitutes the blade resource.
Oh man.
Yeah, it's a little bit of sort of
yeah, that's a tricky one, man. You got me.
yeah, it's the materials used for crafting a blade binding, alcohol, rag, explosives, and sugar.
Yeah, that's definitely a mind fart, brain fart there. I don't know what I was thinking.
That's okay. You're still tracking and trending all right. You're still 3 out of 4, so you've got 6 out of potential 8 points so far. But let's try and get you back on the right track here with question number 5.
All right, I've lost my shot at the platinum, but I guess I'll take I'll take 90%.
Oh yeah. 90 is a phenomenal score. Okay, so what is the name of the leader of the Fireflies? I don't even know if you need the 4 names here, but I'll give you them anyway.
Sure.
A. Marlene. B. Darlene. C. Charlene. Or D. Bray Wyatt.
Ooh, Bray Wyatt.
What is the name of the leader of the Fireflies?
I'll lock in A. Marlene.
You're going to lock in A. Marlene. Good sir.
Flawless victory.
You are back on the horse. Marlene is correct. She was voiced and mocap by Mel Dandridge, who's also been heard as Alex Vance in the original Half-Life games, Evelyn in Uncharted 4, and Kate Collins in Everybody's Gone to the Rapture. So, yes, Marlene is correct. You are back on the horse. 4 out of 5 so far. Let's see how you go with question number 6. Bill is an ally of Joel's and helps him get a car for his journey. Bill's town is covered in homemade roadblocks and traps to keep him safe. What makes Bill's town different to the majority of towns hit by the infection? A. It was purposely infected by the Umbrella Corporation. B. It is completely free of infected. C. It was one of the few towns to receive a warning before the outbreak. Or D. No fungus can grow there. A, B, C, or D. Billstown.
Given that there are infected in the town, it makes me think that there is fungus there.
Okay, that's some logic. So you could scrap D with that logic there.
Yeah, and Umbrella's obviously Resident Evil, so I'm going to go with C. That they were given the warning before it all went down.
Okay, consulting with the judges. That is 100% correct. So yeah, Bill, he tactically uses the infected that infect the town as a defense force against raiders. And when Joel and Ellie first enter the town, they see evacuation notices everywhere. And Joel then explains to Ellie that some places got a heads up before the outbreak, but most weren't so lucky. All right, you are back on track. 2 in a row. Question number 7.
Come on.
What sport did Joel's daughter Sarah play? A. Baseball. B. Soccer. C. Football. We're talking American football there if you want to nitpick with soccer and football, reference both. Or D. Lacrosse. A, B, C, or D. What sport did Joel's daughter Sarah play?
She played soccer, and my research would take me as far as to even tell you the name of her team, the number of her uniform, the country's uniform that her uniform's based on. So yeah, I'm going to lock in soccer.
My goodness gracious, this is phenomenal data we're getting out of this. And you, my friend, are correct. Soccer is the right answer. And for a bonus point, I'm assuming this might be a bit of a slam dunk for you. What soccer jersey is Sarah wearing in the photo that Joel keeps in his pocket?
The number?
No, like what I guess nation is represented on that soccer jersey?
Sure, it's Argentina.
Well, let's see if you are 2 for 2. That is phenomenal. No bonus point, but I just want to sort of get a bit more of information out of you. So what was the number? What was the number she wore?
It was number 14, and the name of the team was the Defenders, apparently.
Wow, that's great.
I don't know where that comes from in the game, but according to my research.
I am, I'm just more amazed than anything. Sadly, I can't give you another bonus point, but I'll keep that in the back pocket if you do need a little bit of pity later on, but you're doing well so far. All right, moving on to question number 8. Ellie is immune to infection. Once infected people turn within 2 days, depending on where they are bit. The bite on Ellie's arm is 3 weeks old, but where was she when she got initially infected/bitten? A, an apartment block. B, the sewers. C, a shopping mall. Or D, a Firefly base.
Right.
Where was Ellie when she got initially infected/bitten?
So she gets bit in the Left Behind DLC. We actually see that. I'm just trying to think if it's a trick question and she went somewhere besides the shopping mall, but pretty sure that's where it was. So I'll lock in C, shopping mall.
You're locking in C, shopping mall.
Flawless victory.
You, my friend, are 100% correct. Yeah, so Ellie explains to Joel and Tess that her and a friend used to sneak into restricted areas due to their adventurous nature. She explains that they were in a quarantine mall with a friend, and when her and her friend were both bitten, they decided to wait it out and turn together, only she was still waiting. So that would have been very traumatic for a young pre-adult teen just waiting to die with their friend after getting bitten by an infected creature. And then, she just keeps on rocking and rolling. But she's a great character.
I guess it's one of the many traumatic experiences in a very traumatizing game.
It really is. It really is. My goodness. It's one of the most dread-inducing games that I can remember. Last of Us 1 and Part 2, just both doing the same thing, just right in the feels. But speaking of feels, I think you're feeling pretty good at the moment. You're only missing a potential 2 points so far out of the multiple choice rounds. So let's see if you can carry this luck into question number 9. So this is the second last question in the multiple choice. There is a bonus question, a bonus point attached to question number 9, and then we're moving into rapid fire. But you still do have the Phone My Friend lifeline available if you want to utilize that as well. So here we go. Question number 9. The Last of Us was released in June of 2013, selling over 1.3 million copies during its first week of release, and finishing very high in the overall sales charts for that year. Talking about other mediums that finished very high in the charts, I wanted to know what film and song finished this year at number 1. For the film, we're talking about number 1 from box office revenue, and for the song, we're talking about the Billboard Top 100 year-end charts. So, here are your options. A, Iron Man 3 and Thrift Shop by Macklemore and Ryan Lewis. B, The Hunger Games Catch Fire and Can't Hold Us by Macklemore and Ryan Lewis. C, Frozen and Blurred Lines by Robin Thicke. And D, Despicable Me 2 and Radioactive by Imagine Dragons. That's your 4.
What was the fourth movie? What was the fourth movie?
Despicable Me 2.
Ugh. This is a tough one. I did look up the number 1 movie of the month of release, which was Man of Steel.
I was gonna maybe pivot to the month, but no, I like the year end. So what do you think finished top of their respective charts?
I remember Iron Man 3 is one of the more disparaged of the cinematic universe, even though I quite liked Iron Man 3, so I don't think it's that. Frozen was a phenomenon, but it's just a kids movie. It's mostly just a kids movie, I guess. So what was the one paired?
So was Despicable Me 2.
Yeah. So what was paired with the Hunger Games movie?
So the Hunger Games movie was paired with Can't Hold Us by Macklemore.
And which was the song paired with Frozen?
The song paired with Frozen was Blurred Lines by Robin Thicke.
Far out. I feel like it's between those two. And
you do have a lifeline available if you wanted to utilize that, but obviously no pressure. You can hold that till later.
Yeah. Do I lose a point for using the lifeline?
Yeah, so you're going to get 1 point.
Yeah.
But it's still better than potential 0.
You're right. I'm going to lock in the. This is a tough one, man. Let's go with.
What are you leaning towards? Or what are you sort of scrubbing off your list here?
I'm scrubbing off Iron Man 3, and
Okay.
I'm scrubbing off Despicable Me 2.
Okay, so Despicable Me 2's off your list, and that was with Radioactive by Imagine Dragons,
Yeah.
which I really don't like that band. There's just something about their music I just cannot stand, and yet they're so big, and it irks me to no end. But
I
anyway,
like the new Nickelback.
oh no, I actually really like Nickelback.
Yeah, but they're just they're like the new band that people the
I
go-to
getcha.
dump on band, you know.
Yeah.
Anyway, I digress.
So you're playing around with the Hunger Games, Catch Fire,
and Frozen. Yeah.
and Frozen. So you're thinking either Can't Hold Us by Macklemore and Ryan Lewis, or Blurred
Robin
Lines
Thicke.
by Robin Thicke.
Look, the music charts is less of my kind of knowledge base than the films, so I'm kind of mostly just going off the films.
I'm gonna give you a hint because of your the depth you went regarding Sarah's research with soccer,
Okay.
and let you know that the correct answer has a Macklemore song attached to the film.
Okay.
So Iron Man 3 and Thrift Shop by Macklemore and Ryan Lewis, or The Hunger Games Catch Fire and Can't Hold Us by Macklemore and Ryan
jeez.
Lewis.
Okay, Thrift Shop was definitely the biggest song of those, so maybe I'll pivot back and switch over to Iron Man 3. I mean,
Okay.
if I go against the cinematic universe, I'm probably going to lose. You don't go against
You don't
Disney,
go against Marvel.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
All right,
So you're going to go with A?
I will, with that hint.
Okay. All right. And lucky you went with A. And funnily enough, the box office itself, there was only like a couple of million between number 1 and number 2
Wow.
for the film, so it was very close. Like final sort of gross for 2013, between Iron Man 3 and The Hunger Games was less than 3 million. But for a bonus point, Mr. John O'Peck, what was the total box office gross of Iron Man 3 to the nearest $1 million? Actually, I'll go the nearest $10 million.
I was going to
I
ask
think
like the
that's fair.
closest $100 million. Okay. Jeez. So like the only point of reference I have is that the Avengers movies make like $1 billion or $2 billion. And it's obviously not quite in that range.
It is not in that range. I'll give you... we're going to go to the nearest 10 million. It's
Yeah.
between 390 million and 450 million.
Okay. I will go with 420 million.
420 million. Let's consult the judges here. If you said say 418 million, you would have fallen in there with the threshold. It pulled in 408,992,272 at the box office, and The Hunger Games Catching Fire 407 million. So very very close final finish there for those respectful film charts, but that's okay. You still got the full 2 points for question number 9. Missed out on the bonus point, but that's all right. That's all right.
All good. It was
Let's,
it was a Hail Mary
It was a bit of a Hail Mary.
with a hint as well. So
Yeah,
take
that's
that.
okay. It's how we roll here. So, final question in the multiple choice round coming up right now. Which of these does Bill think will be the cause of Joel's death? A. Betrayal. B. Not having a real partner. C. Caring for Ellie. Or D. Not thinking before acting. What does Bill think will be the cause of Joel's death in The Last of Us?
I will lock in C, Ellie.
You're going to lock in C, Ellie?
Yeah.
All right. You, my friend, are 100% correct and back on the score charts. So, yes, Bill feels that caring for Ellie is going to be the downfall of Joel. And while preparing for the battle at the school, Bill pulls Joel aside to tell him the story of his ex-partner, Frank. Bill and Frank are no longer together because Frank wanted to leave town. Bill, fearing Frank's death, left him so that he wouldn't become hurt over Frank's death. Bill strongly believes that Joel will begin to care for Ellie and will die trying to protect her. Bill warns Joel to ditch Ellie before it's too late. But obviously we know how all that plays out. And Joel don't ditch Ellie for no one. He's the ride or die for young Ellie, and it's a beautiful story. But mate, that is the end of the multiple choice. You are currently sitting on 19 points, so 2 points behind Salim the Dream, and
I think I'll get him.
yeah, and 11.5 points back of the ultimate first place position. So we've got 18 rapid fire questions coming up. So you are in a good position to finish as number one overall once we tally these final scores. But yeah, you ready to jump into some rapid fire?
Bring it on, man.
Bring it on, baby.
I'm ready.
All right, let's start with question number one right now. What American state is Joel from?
Texas.
That is correct. Question number two. What was Ellie's name during early game development?
Oh, jeez.
It's got similar letters in it as used in Ellie, as a nice little free hint.
Ellen. That's in Ellen Page.
Yeah, there was a lot of uproar about that, actually. Ellen Page got very angry that her likeness was sort of loosely used in early stages. So are you going with Ellen?
Let's go with L.
Going with L. Sorry, mate. It is Lily. Was her name used in early development. Okay. In order to unlock all of the in-game trophies, what is the minimum amount of multiplayer matches that you would have to play?
Far out. I barely touched multiplayer. I know it takes like 20 hours, but
it's more than 100 and less than 200.
Okay.
Probably doesn't help much, but
this is a very specific number. I'll go 125.
Close. It was 168.
Okay.
So yeah, the multiplayer trophies Firefly and Hunter can only be achieved by playing the full 12-week multiplayer mode as each faction. So it's 12 weeks each, 1 day per match. God damn, that's a lot of multiplayer.
I knew the multiplayer would get me. I did a bit of study, but I couldn't remember that one.
There is a lot to go, a lot to digest in that space. Okay, next question. How many collectible items are there in the game? How many collectible items are there in the game?
I know that there's 30 Firefly pendants and 14 comic books. What's that? 44. And then all the freaking notes. Oh, man. I'm going to go with...
It's more than 120 and less than 160.
Yeah. Let's go...
It's an odd number.
145.
I'm going to give you a half a point there.
Okay.
It was 141. You were extremely close.
That's close.
And that is a lot of variables, obviously, that you could have factored in there. How many feels did I have impacted by the opening prologue? How many feels did... All of the feels? Mate, you are 100% correct. All of the feels is what I encountered there. All right. Which character uses the profanity word fuck more than any other in the game?
That would be Ellie, and it's 53 times.
My goodness, that is 100% correct. And that was actually my question 7 was going to be how many times is the word used? Yeah, 53 times by Ellie. And the word itself is said 143 times throughout the whole game with the rest of the characters that you encounter. So, mate, 2 for 2 there. Well done. You are the Nostradamus right now, forecasting questions before they come out. Okay, the next one.
12.
Where does The Last of Us currently rank on Metacritic all time? So what game listing, like what ranking does it have all time? So not the score.
Right.
Where does it rank all time?
Jeez.
On the Metacritic listings.
That I did not look up. I'm going to go with...
It's a little surprising, actually. Like, obviously, there's a logjam with a lot of games with identical scores.
Yeah. I'm going to go 12.
Sadly, mate, you are substantially off. It's 55.
Oh, wow.
It's
I was never going to get that.
Yeah, and it's wedged between Majora's Mask and Twilight Princess. So it's wedged between a couple of Zelda games, which, you know, my stance on Zelda.
Yeah. If you asked me the score, I would have got that, but oh well.
Well, it just so happens I'm going to ask you the score now. What is the Metacritic score for The Last of Us?
I believe it's 95 on PS3 and 95 on PS4.
Ding. 100%. You are correct there. Okay. After getting off Lincoln's main street, a clicker turns the corner and rushes at Joel and Ellie. What stops that clicker?
One of Bill's traps.
Mate, you are very much correct there. Bill's trap is right. The clicker runs into a very thick wire attached to a bomb, setting it off. All right, next question. What saying from the Savage Starlight comic does Ellie quote in the Pittsburgh Library?
Okay.
Something and something.
Okay, yeah. I thought it was the Fireflies catchphrase, but maybe it is them. Endure and survive.
Ooh, correct. Endure and survive is right. Finish this joke. And this was said by Ellie.
Man.
I walked into my sister's room and slipped on her bra.
Jeez, I looked at the jokes this morning, actually, and far out. This might be a fun one to do a phone a friend, so let's do that.
Okay. We'll pause this.
And that will give me more time to see if I can remember.
Pull from the depths. I'm just going
Yeah.
to make a quick call now.
Sure.
See who we have on the line. See if they answer, more importantly, because it is early. It's 9:12 in the morning here on a Saturday.
Hello.
Hey, Salim the Dream
my
Abraham. It is Brendan and Jono here on the Hungry Game Show, potentially waking your fine ass up on a Saturday. How you doing? You can't hear us? Can you hear us? I think he hung up on us. 1 second. It sounded like we woke him up, though.
It did.
Let's
Poor
try him
kid.
again.
Hello.
Salim the Dream.
Hey, mate.
Hey, mate. Did we just wake your fine ass up?
Yeah.
Sorry, man. We'll try and keep it brief. I'm here with Jono Peck, the man himself. We're doing The Last of Us Part 1 on the Hungry Game Show right now, and he has called you on the phone, my friend Lifeline. So
Do you know he got me?
he does. He can hear you, and you can't hear him. Obviously, I'm sort of the conduit between the two. So if you got anything to relay to him, he'll hear it. But anything he says, I'll have to relay back to you. But you are his phone, my friend. He's doing really well at the moment. Potentially on track to take out the top spot, but he needs your help, brother. He needs your help bad. So sorry to be calling on you before 10 a.m. on a Saturday.
It's all right. I'm always happy to lend a helping hand on the Hungry Game Show, Brendan, as you know.
I know. And when we did owe you a call back after rudely interrupting you at work, and now I'm rudely interrupting your sleep. So sorry twice, mate.
That's all right. I'm glad to be helping Jono out on The Last of Us as well. A game that I've only half played, famously.
Yes.
A game that Jono's been trying to get me to finish for nigh upon 2 years now. So anyway, let's go. What's the question?
Okay, so the question, it's just a single answer. It's not multiple choice. And the question is this. So you need to finish this joke. And Ellie says this: I walked into my sister's room and slipped on her bra. How does the joke end from there? 5 words.
Does Jono not know this one?
He does not.
I actually just remembered what it
Jono
is.
doesn't know this. I thought Jono knew everything.
Oh,
about
actually,
it.
he says he just remembered what it is.
But I'm
So
glad
he's-
that we can hear from Salim anyway.
Yeah, he's pulled it from the archives, but yeah, he wants to get your feedback on this. So I walked into my sister's room and slipped on her bra.
Come on, Dream. Give us
And
something
then I
funny.
saw the dildo. 5 words.
What'd you say?
And then I saw the dildo.
And then I saw the dildo. Dream is going with, and then I saw the dildo. Jono, what are you thinking it is?
I'm thinking it was a booby trap.
So Jono thinks it was a booby trap. Does that sound more in line with your train of thought there, Dreamo?
That's pretty good. You know what? If that's not it, they should actually rewrite that line in the game and re-release.
Okay, all right. So Jono, what are you going to go with? You're not going to go, and then I saw I saw the dildo.
I think I love Salim. I love hearing his voice. So it was worth it just to.
I'm not going to lie. Listen, Brendan,
Yep.
I'm not going to lie. It's obviously not that. My brain's not firing. My brain's not firing at the moment. I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm just not able to come up with anything funny right now.
Did you have a big
I'm
night celebrating
dehydrated.
GWS's victory?
I'm
Is that what happened?
dehydrated. The Giants just smashed Collingwood last night in such a tight game. I celebrated. I told some guy I don't know at the pub last night it was like a shit Brett Morris because he was giving it to me about the Giants. And then I gave it to some other bloke. This guy wearing like the cheapest suit I've ever seen. I told him to go fuck himself. It was such a great night. I'm so hungover right now.
He sounds still
He
drunk.
called me and asked me about a joke I've never heard in a game that I've half played.
I think it's a nice like cherry on top of this Sunday that you've been living the last 24 hours. It sounds like you've had a journey, man. All right, well let's see.
I know Jono can hear me. Jono, I'm sorry. Okay.
It's okay.
And also to the listeners, I'm sorry. I'm very sorry.
You know, it's fine because we got the added bonus of interrupting his sleep as punishment for not
Oh,
finishing
was
the
it?
game.
Yeah, Jono says it's fine, but we got the added bonus of interrupting your sleep for not finishing the game. So it's sort of justified punishment at the moment, he said.
I love Jono. Sometimes I hate him. Now he's one of those times.
All right, so Jono, are you going to go with it was a booby trap?
It was a booby trap.
Okay, let's see with the judges if that is the correct answer to go with. You, my friend, are correct. Yes, the joke was I walked
kidding
into
me?
my sister's room and slipped on her bra. It was a booby trap. That is correct, Jono. So I guess we can thank you, Dream, for the positive words of encouragement to help Jono find that answer and also share that fantastic story. It sounds like you had a great night.
Great night. I'm never finishing this game. Shit game.
All right, well you go back to bed and
Screw
rest
you,
that sore
Dream.
head. We'll
Thanks,
chat
Dream.
soon, brother.
All right. Good luck, Jono.
All right,
Here, mate.
thanks.
Wait, what's Jono's score?
He's trending pretty well. I think he might be above your score at the moment, but we'll see where he finishes. He's got about 6 questions to go, and he needs to pretty much nail them all to just about get to the top. So let's see.
Has he got any wrong?
He's got a few wrong, yeah.
Good. Okay.
Yeah, so no platinum today.
All right. So,
All right, brother. Much love.
All right. Ciao.
Wait, there you go.
Far out. the best thing there was I just had a way to stall while I thought of the answer.
Well, that's true. It is a good like little time buying sort of scenario, especially when we get the dream monologue of his night before. Bless him. I wonder if he's going to remember this call because he sounded like he's still 3 sheets to the wind. All
I'll
right,
have to listen to the podcast.
back into it. What final form of CBI do Ellie, Joel, and Bill fight in order to escape Lincoln High?
CBI. I'm guessing that's a reference to the bloater, which is I don't know what the CBI is, but yeah, the bloaters is what you
The
fight
bloaters.
before you leave.
Yeah,
the school.
so yeah, obviously you're going with bloater, which is, mate, it is correct. Obviously, the 4 stages are runner, stalker, clicker, and bloater. And the first bloater that Joel and Ellie face is at the Lincoln High in the gym. All right, question number.
Is it cordyceps brain infected or something?
That's correct.
Yeah, okay.
That is
Cool.
correct, mate.
Yeah.
Good pull. Good pull.
Not
No
a
bonus
point for
points
that one.
now,
Yeah, just
half
just
point
fine.
half point in the back pocket, maybe. What are Bill's final words to Joel?
Something along the lines of, I never want to... Oh, wait. That was Tommy. He says we're square. Something along those lines.
Close, but no cigar. He says, "Get out of my town."
Oh.
Obviously, with some profanities thrown in there
okay.
too. All
I
right.
think he says we're square just before that, but sure.
Okay.
I'll pay that.
Okay, so four questions to go. What do the eye charts in the hospital near the end of the game say?
It says, run, don't stop, you're nearly there, or something along those lines.
I'm going to give you that. It says, run, you are nearly there, don't quit.
Okay.
So it's very meta, you know.
Yeah.
It's letting you know that the end of the game is nigh. Okay, question number 16. What does Tess affectionately call Joel?
She calls him Texas.
Boom, 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 boom. That is correct. Texas is right. Okay, so we've been talking about the cordyceps fungi for quite a bit through this episode. Pretty simple one, especially with your literary and wordsmith prowess. Spell cordyceps fungi for me for 1 point.
CORDYCEPS.
Mate, that is correct. That is correct. Okay, and the last question of The Hunger Games Show, Episode 5. If you are involved with the upcoming Last of Us TV show adaptation currently being worked on with Neil Druckmann and co., who would you cast as Ellie and Joel?
Joel, I would go with Joel Edgerton.
Okay.
You know,
I can see
that
that.
would work. His name's
Yeah,
Joel
yeah.
as well, so
Makes it easier, yeah.
method, you know. And Ellie, I would go with. I'm not really up to scratch with my 14-year-old actresses, but let's go with the kid from Logan, whatever. her name
Daphne
was.
Keane.
Yeah, she was good.
She was good.
Last of Us-esque kind of film.
You, my friend, I will take that and then some. So the full 1 point on supply for you there. It's funny because Logan is sort of very much walking similar beats to The Last of Us, and you've got an old disheveled Hugh Jackman, and then Daphne Keane. They'd both fit into the Joel and Ellie roles very well.
Yeah.
Mind you. And some other rumored ones that were apparently in initial talks, like Maisie Williams was from Game of Thrones fame, was one of the ones. But I'm really curious to see. But, mate, that is correct. You got the full 1 point. So I'm just going to quickly run the final scores here. Just a quick recap. As mentioned, in last place, Salim the Dream Abraham, 21 out of 40. Equal second on 30 points, Miss Ali Hart and Jack Cruz on 30 out of 40. Current first place leader, Subpar Lover, on 30.5 out of 40. And John O'Peck, after running some numbers, my friend, you are sitting on 32.5. You have ascended to the top of the Hungry Game Show food chain. So massive congratulations. You had some very good pulls from the memory bank there, and all that research and bookwork you've been putting in, it paid off.
Yeah, look, there was only probably one that I feel like I should have got, which was the nails and the blades thing. The others are kind of like, you know, take what you can get. But I feel good. I'm proud of my efforts. Shout out to my wife for kind of testing me on some of my notes last night. Yeah.
Oh, bless. She's the best.
Yeah.
I love the care and the work that the players are putting into jumping on this. It's good that people aren't just jumping on going, oh yeah, maybe Dream did a bit of that now. Think about it. I don't think he studied much. It explains a lot after that call. But yeah, it's good to see that you're taking the time to know your stuff, and you clearly know The Last of Us Part 1. 32.5 out of 40. That is a belter of a score. 2 points in front of Subpar Lover. Congratulations. How's it feel?
Yeah, as I said, it's a relief. I can't be, I'm not throwing things around. I'm not fist pumping like Tiger Woods. I'm just relieved after my hard work.
You know what? And
I don't
that's
have
that
to...
Michael Jordan. That's that Michael Jordan anger that you were sort of spitting at the start about Jack sort of building you up, and you had to come in and drop some trivia bombs on him.
Absolutely, yeah. And I got one for you. The actor that played Bill. What else he's been in? A movie that we've done a movie we've done a podcast on together.
There's Something About Mary?
Yeah.
Wowzers. I had to just think of where there was a lot of variety in actors. I can't remember his name. Who played Bill in The Last of Us?
I can't remember the name. It's Earl W. Brown or something with a W in it. But he's the brother. What's his name?
God.
Brian or something?
God. Yeah, I'm blank. I remember him most from Deadwood as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, W.L. Brown.
W.L. Brown, yeah.
Warren.
Yeah.
There's Something About Mary.
Yeah, because I remember we talked about him on, cross promotion here, Comedy Rewind podcast, Brendan, myself, and who was the other guest on that one? I think it was...
Benny?
I can't remember now. Sorry to whoever it was.
Some fantastic human being.
Yeah, it was great, whoever it was. There's been too many episodes, but yeah, we had a great chat about There's Something About Mary.
One of the best comedies of the 90s.
I think it was Salim, actually.
Oh, yeah. He won't remember anyway. He's still passed out
fine.
somewhere. Yeah, W.L. Brown. There you go. Yeah, played Bill in The Last of Us, and Warren in There's Something About Mary. Such a contrasting set of roles.
Great actor.
And and he played Dan Doherty in Deadwood, which is what I remember him from as well, which is still one of the best television shows of all time. Extremely underrated. It's on Stan if anyone in the AU wants to check it out. So good. Even the movie that they did just to sort of wrap things up wasn't too bad. TV show's better. But Mr. John O'Peck, 32.5 out of 40. Congratulations. You are the current king of the Hungry Game Show. Let's see if you finish that way at the end of the year one standings.
Yeah.
But extremely, extremely proud of your efforts here. Anything you want to say before we close this down?
No, thank you to Salim for giving me that extra time to get that extra point. And yeah, hopefully no one else studies as much as I did, because I'd love to finish this on top.
Yeah, well, you're looking good. You got a bit of breathing room from obviously first to second, and I thought Subby's score was going to be tough to beat. Like, because I try and make it fun and the questions accessible and not completely impossible to decipher. But yeah, you want to have a little bit of difficulty in there. So we'll see what the next challenger brings to the table on episode 6 of the Hungry Game Show. But Jono, mate, it has been an absolute pleasure having you here at the studio. Hope you're doing well. Hope you have a great weekend. Obviously, find Jono everywhere at Jono himself. Find myself everywhere at Brendan 8-Bit. Find us all as a collective at We Are 8-Bit. But until next episode, Hungry Game Show fans, thanks for stopping on by. I hope you're all playing at home.